Hello guys, this is the second part of the video in which we are going to discuss NEET questions from NCERT Physics textbook class 11 part 1. A ball is thrown vertically downward with a velocity of 20 meter per second from the top of a tower. It hits the ground after some time with a velocity of 80 meter per second. The height of the tower is question. So we are given with initial velocity, final velocity and also g. We are supposed to find the height. So we are given with the velocity and we are supposed to find the height. Use the third equation or velocity distance equation, which is v square minus u square equal to 2as. The same text line is also from NCERT in class 9 and also in class 11, which I will show you now. V square equal to v naught square plus 2ax. So v square minus u square is equal to 2as is the required equation. Remember, when it is thrown vertically downward, thrown meaning initial velocity is not equal to 0. Dropped meaning initial velocity equal to 0. So since initial velocity is not equal to 0, thrown, the velocity is also given in the question as 20, u equal to 20 meter per second. It hits the ground with final velocity 80 meter per second. G is 10 meter per second since you have to involve acceleration due to gravity, and that provides the required acceleration to the body or the ball, and you can find the height. And solving, you will get the height to be 300 meter. It's a simple question. So next question, the violet highlighted questions are these questions which we are going to solve now. Taking into account of the significant figures, what is the value of 9.9 meter minus 0.0099 meter? So first subtract this quantities, minus 0.0099. So we are going to get 1,089.0.9801. And also there is an NCERT text line based on this question, which I will show you now. In addition or subtraction, the final result should retain as many decimal places as there are in the number with least decimal places. Addition, subtraction, decimal places must be considered as are there in the number with the least decimal places. So there is a number, there are two numbers involved in here, but the number with least decimal places, that is 2 decimal places, is this number. So even the final answer, the sum or difference, must carry only 2 decimal places. So neglect 0, 1. This question can be asked even more complicated, which we will discuss further in our next video. Find the torque about the origin when a force of 3 j cap Newton acts on a particle whose position vector is 2 k cap meter. This question is slightly twisted because many aspirants may commit mistake in this way. So the NCERT provides the formula for this as tau bar equal to r bar cross f bar. But what in general we do is write tau as f bar cross r bar, which is going to fetch you negative mark. Also in support of the statement, force is given first and position vector is given next. So in general, what we do, multiply force vector with position vector if we are not clear with this expression. So use the expression tau bar equal to r bar cross f bar. R bar is given to be 2 k cap, f bar is given to be 3 j cap. We know 3 2s are 6, and multiplying k cap and j cap, you'll get minus I cap. This is a new concept which we in general encounter in class 12 vector, the lesson called vectors. We usually have a brief discussion about all these things, but there is also a NCERT line, physics NCERT line. K cap cross j cap is minus I cap. J cap cross k cap is I cap. k cap cross j cap is equal to minus I cap. In order to remember this, write I cap at the top, j cap in the left and k cap in the right. Usually anti-clockwise sense produce a positive sign. Clockwise sense produce a negative sign. Anti-clockwise positive, clockwise negative. So when you get two alphabets, or which we call it as unit vectors, two unit vectors in clockwise sense, it is negative. Since k cap cross j cap is a clockwise sense, we are going to get a negative sign in before. And next question, a screw gauge has least count of 0.01 millimeter and there are 50 divisions in its circular scale. The pitch of this screw gauge is, what is pitch? So consider a circular scale, which usually this is a popular Viva question. A screw gauge has a circular scale and linear scale. As we rotate the circular scale, we actually measure. The circular scale, as we measure, it will move in a straight direction. It will rotate, also it moves in a linear direction. Say this is a circular scale and this is a linear scale in it. As we rotate in a particular direction, apart from having a rotational motion, it also moves in a forward direction, which we call it as rolling motion in general. Rolling motion is equal to rotational motion plus translational motion. So the body rotate and also it moves in forward direction, which we call it as rolling motion. So as the circular scale moves, as the circular scale rotates, it also moves forward. It is said that the circular scale have 50 divisions. For moving from one division to the other division, it measures 0.01 millimeter on the main scale. For moving from one division to the other, it measures 0.01 millimeter. What is pitch? Pitch is the distance covered on the main scale for making one complete rotation. Say the circular scale starts from this reading. On completing one complete rotation and coming back to this reading, what is the distance covered on the main scale, or what is the distance covered in the main scale is what we call it as pitch. So pitch is the distance covered by the circular scale for making one complete rotation. So it's simply it equal to number of circular scale divisions multiplied by least count of the screw gauge. The circular scale divisions given to be 50 and multiplied by its least count, which is 0.01 millimeter. 50 into 0.01 millimeter gives 0.5 millimeter. And guys, that's for today. We will discuss one more question from NCERT Physics textbook part 1 class 11, which is a question out of box, but it's not completely out. It's a general question that comes out of NCERT. Thank you.